Hanging at the Lombard Street, there's 7 damn turns. Who the hell designed this street, man? The architect, he didn't learn. It's just a 2-minute turn. There's just a 2-minute turn.
Welcome back to the Front Porch of America. We're having our last adventures out west before we return east to Nashville. Today we're going to be talking to people about the value of debating a topic. One big debate in our country right now is the legalization of marijuana. Reefer, ganja, weed, sausage berries. That's not even real. We are here at a pot farm. This is the marijuana here behind me, the devil grass. It gets pretty big. I didn't really know what to expect here, but it gets quite large.
Emmy went from being a barista in Naples, Florida, to moving to the Pacific Northwest and running a very successful marijuana farm. I wanted to ask her why keeping marijuana legal was so important for her region of the country.
One of the things we're finding is people are having difficulty having political conversations now, and this, like I said, it is kind of a political topic. But do you feel like people can talk about it?
It's definitely something that, at this point, it's been so much on the front and in everyone's face that I feel like there's a lot more ease of just talking about it, and I think it really does make sense to most people to, as far as just keeping it legal.
Most people want to shriek and howl and scream and tell each other they're wrong. I'll make fun of people, but if somebody wants to actually have a discussion about it, I'll discuss it.
There is a intensity, maybe over the past, let's call it 9 years now, that has created that divide to a point where there's more emotion involved that prevents rationality from really stepping into that conversation. Politics, religion, love, man, those are the three things that, as much as you want to rationalize it, if there is enough emotion tied into it, they don't hear you.
Right.
And then you have to sit back and realize that maybe you don't hear them too.
My whole thing is you need to make a sensible argument. You know what I mean? Like yesterday I searched hashtag Russian hoax, right? And I went down all the hashtags, and every single person was, Hillary's emails, Trump's the best. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a case for me.
There's none of this. There's none of sitting on a porch, drinking a smoothie, having a conversation.
I don't think having a productive conversation. I think people get very emotionally involved when they're talking about issues that are divisive, and that unless you have a great relationship where you can overcome that divide and really hear what the other person is saying, I don't think so.
You have to be able to talk about this women's health thing and being like, hey, abortion is maybe
not so black and white.
Right, and that's really hard to do when people take issues like the abortion issue, the gun issue.
And I know from people's Facebook posts in my family that they are very divided, and they don't necessarily share my political views.
Dispute breeds progress. I think you have to be able to debate and argue, figure out what works best for the most people.
If I was going to sit down with my grandparents and have a productive conversation, I don't know if I would be able to keep my emotions in check.
Weird. That's weird.
Making our own nut butter, adding in the oil to the nut butter. Don't really know if that's enough oil, but we'll find out in a minute. Everything's got a song for nut butter, putting in the salt for the nut butter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get a little grindy on the nut butter. I'm putting in some honey. Go. Now we got nut butter. Gonna eat a little bit nut butter.
Nut butter.
Coming up in music, I played in a rock band and hated country music. As I got older, my perspective flipped and I refused to play rock and roll. Looking back now, I realize I was just kind of an idiot. Closing my mind off to differing views and differing ways of doing things never helped me to learn and grow. Vilifying those who disagree with us tends to have the same effect. Opening my mind and seeing the world in a new light has changed the way I view life and the way I compose music. Take a listen to this next song. Get this, on our next episode, we get rip-roaring drunk, grab our baseball bats, and just mailbox it. Different show. Cut. Join us on our next episode where we climb the Rockies and sit down in Denver to talk about the climate.
Mick, it is your Uncle Lipper. Listen up.
One thing to do, play a King George tune, 'cause I'm gonna trade it in Jagger. Got me a haggard, so long. Old Led Zeppelin, hello Willie Nelson. Rock and roll still has its place, but I've gone, by George, I've gone straight.
Front Porch of America Project.
Front Porch of America Project.
The Front Porch of America Project.
Front Porch of America
Hey, God,
Project.
it's the Front Porch of America
Front
Project.
Porch of America Project.